This is Dolynny TV, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to your Thursday edition of Edmonton Oilers discussion here on the channel. It's a fine, sunny, smoky day down here in southern Alberta. But we got news today that, well, in the middle of COVID off season for the Edmonton Oilers is about as big a news as you could possibly get when we've all been talking about trades, goaltenders. We get news today about Andreas Athanasiou and his whole future with the Edmonton Oilers. But that of note, guys, if you're new to the channel, I want you to hit that subscribe button because you think this video is going to be huge. Just wait till next one. I want to round up everything that Twitter's been talking about today. So do yourself a favor, hit that subscribe button, leave a like on today's video, and let's get to the Andreas Athanasiou news. It's kind of complicated. He was listed on a trade bait article on TSN as a trade bait target this offseason because, simply put, the Oilers need and want to move him. Now, need is my opinion. Want is Ken Holland's opinion. And here's the math that backs up both. The minimum qualifying offer, because what we've maintained this whole off season, this whole time since COVID shut down everything back on March 11th, in fact, is that Athanasiou is an RFA. You've got wiggle room. Problem is, now we've got the official confirmation. Maybe it was there all along, but now it's publicly broadcast on the major networks. The qualifying offer is not friendly. All right, normally qualifying offer, yeah, okay, yes, Pugliarvi, easy, good, done, gold. Send him to Europe, he's good to go. It was a $1 million qualifying offer or whatever his ELC contract was, and he wasn't going to sign that, so he went back to Finland. This is not that. All right, this is where it gets complicated for the Edmonton Oilers. In a total where they have $10.5 million in cap space, and I list, they need a third line center, they need to re-sign Ennis. They need to re-sign, right, I guess swap Ennis for Sheehan. One of those two they need to re-sign. They need a third-line center. They need to re-sign Ethan Bear, who's also an RFA. They need to make a decision on Matt Benning, and they need to sign a backup goalie. So minimum right there, you've got 3 to 4 big holes to fill. Now, if you look at that, 3 to 4, Ethan Bear, if he chews up $3 million, if a third line centerman chews up $2.5 million, that's $5.5 million. Then you've got Tyler Ennis, Riley Shan. You got to chew up at least probably close to $2 million for them. You're looking at $7.5, and then all of a sudden backup goaltender, put him at $1.5 million. You're looking at $9 million. All right, if that math follows, we've got $1.5 million in cap space to work with. As my goodness, I'm still having a little bit of spit going on from eating that bagel with cheese. Chefed myself up something just nice. But you get where I'm going, all right? $9 million is gone to fill roster needs, even to just equivalent the roster from last year without Athanasiou involved. Yes, you can make subtractions. Yes, you can do this, you can do that, you can do this. But where in any math that you can possibly do does a minimum, that's the key here. It's not so much Athanasiou is going to sign for this, a minimum, because here's the problem. At any time, once you qualify Athanasiou for $3 million, which you have to do to maintain him or he walks free and you get nothing for him, which is also a possibility here, mind you, and then those 2 second-round picks and Sam Gagner go to waste, here's the problem. You have to qualify him for $3 million. You can negotiate whatever number, whatever term you want until he says enough, feels comfortable to accept that $3 million and takes it, and now you've got $3 million for Andreas Athanasiou next season on the books, and you don't have any room for it. So this is why, my friends, with $10.5 million in cap space, needing a third-line centerman, needing to re-sign Bear, one of Sheehan and Ennis, and of course, a backup goaltender for next year, why the Edmonton Oilers need and want to trade Andreas Athanasiou. You get that? I think there's no real other way to break it down more simply to look at Ken Holland's side of the numbers and my side of the numbers to tell you the Oilers need and want to get this done. Now, why do you want to get this done? I guess the numbers don't fully explain that. The reason you want to get this done 100% is because you need a return. And here's the thing when it comes to Ken Holland, all right? He has kind of put himself in this situation. Prior to becoming the Oilers general manager, he put himself in this situation. He would be the one that signed Andreas Athanasiou to the contract that now requires a $3 million qualifying offer. Well, my friends, now you see Ken Holland's traded for Athanasiou, and he finds himself as the Oilers general manager with his hands tied. Do you send that qualifying offer at $3 million, screw your own cap and do that, and then have to figure out something else to get rid of something and gamble on Athanasiou rebounding? Not saying he won't, but you have to gamble on it because it's not a guarantee based on what he's done with the Oilers so far. So you kind of look at it two ways. Ken Holland's bound his own hands, but Ken Holland also doesn't want to tie his hands further. You know what? The knock against Ken Holland coming out of Detroit to Edmonton is that he mismanaged the cap very badly. If Ken Holland actually qualifies Andreas Athanasiou, this is mismanagement of the cap at its purest. Straight up. Because the Oilers can't afford it. So you see, the Oilers want to get a return without handicapping the cap or whatever situation, handicapping their offseason moves or whatever they want to do. It's tough. So you got to get something for him. Here's the thing, all right? I need to take you back to last July. All right? Last July 2019. Not the one that just passed this COVID 2020 July. No, 2019, when the world was normal, when you could go to a football game, the Stampeders game, Eskimos game, whatever you want to do, before anything was canceled, before you had to stay inside. No. I want to take you back there. All right, good times. Maybe I lost you somewhere along the way because you're already dreaming of everything else I was dreaming. No. Take you back there. Ken Holland that month traded Milan Lucic for James Neal. Yes, he sent a third-round pick the other way. Okay, another pick mismanaged. No, whatever, all right? James Neal. Now, here's the thing. Yes, James Neal, regular season, scored goals, good, but the other problem was he got banged up and was pretty useless after November. Fair. Okay. Granted, you're good. I understand. You aren't 100% impressed with the Lucic trade. But pardon me, who was one of the best, if not the best forward, not named Draisaitl, McDavid, or Nugent-Hopkins in the 4 games against Chicago? James Neal. Okay, now that we've got that cleared up, we're good. So you see, you know what? In a lose-lose situation, Milan Lucic for Ken Holland still came pretty positive on a lose-lose situation, trading Lucic for James Neal with a third-round pick going to Calgary. So, again, to my point about a few months ago where I did a video on how Ken Holland won't lose if anything goes wrong with Andreas Athanasiou, he has a track record now in Edmonton of taking lose-lose situations and still making a marginal win in them. And now, yes, okay, we're talking about 2 second-round picks, Tyson. 2 second-round picks. How can we possibly get a marginal win trading Athanasiou without qualifying for this, that, or the other thing? Hey, I told you that the Oilers could trade Lucic for James Neal. That was a rumor. And I'm like, hey, this seems legit. Yeah, let's talk about it. And everybody laughed at me like I was the town joker. Well, you know what? If that was possible, anything is possible. Now, do I need to hit you with facts? I'll hit you with one big fact that comes with 2020. It's 2020, my friends. Anything is possible. So, again, let's just sit back, dial it back here, thinking Ken Holland's going to screw the Oilers by trading Andreas Athanasiou after trading 2 second-round picks for him. Let's just dial it back. No moves have been made. Nothing's been mistaken. So, end of day, if you're panicking about the return for Athanasiou already before you see it, calm yourself. Lose-lose, win-win, win-lose, lose-win, whatever the situation is for Ken Holland. So far, so good, getting out of tricky situations. So let's see what he brings. But end of the day, I guess I should close on this point for you because I know I have not addressed this at all in this video. So let's discuss why wouldn't you keep him, right? Honestly, you can move Chris Russell. You can move Mikko Koskinen. You can move Clefbaum. You can move Nurse. You can move Larson. You can move Nuge. You can move anybody you want, realistically, as long as they don't submit a 31 team or 30 team no trade list. You can move them somewhere. Okay, end of day, anybody on the roster is movable. Yes, even McDavid, just to appease everybody, okay? Everybody that wants to talk about trades, I will appease you all by saying, yes, even McDavid is tradable. But, okay, you get it. Yes, money can be found elsewhere. So why not? Find money elsewhere and keep Athanasiou. At worst, you're getting an average around 18, 19 goal scorer per year. That's a pretty good get for the lineup. You saw what a James Neal doing that for the Oilers did this year. Okay, fair. All right, appreciate it. But again, look at how Dave Tippett runs things. Athanasiou would be very effective if he could get a minute per power play on the ice. Athanasiou with McDavid, Draisaitl, Nugent Hopkins, James Neal, Alex Chiasson, Oscar Clefbaum, Darnell Nurse will not get a minute of ice time per power play. So, there's in ourselves is the problem. Is the coaching staff setting them up 100% for success? That is debatable. Will they continue to do that or won't they? That is debatable. So again, we find ourselves, is it a gamble worth taking and trying to find money elsewhere and having Ken Holland potentially further tie his own hands? Or do you just trust Ken Holland, trust in the process, and do what needs to be done and trade him before, I believe the number is October 7th. The date is October 7th for Athanasiou before you have to trade him. I'm not mistaken. So, Oilers looking to move Athanasiou. Yeah, so let me see here. By October 2nd. Yep, so qualifying offer has to be in by October 7th. So we've got a total of 20 days to figure out what to do with Athanasiou. So ladies and gentlemen, keep that in mind. We'll move forward as time goes on. I'm Tyson. This is Dolynny TV. Thank you so much for tuning in. Man, I don't know how I can still do 12-minute videos on Jesse Puljujärvi, 12-minute videos on guys like Athanasiou, and 12-minute videos on other stuff. Because we've already talked about so much this offseason, and there's still so much more to talk about. That's why I told you to subscribe, hit that button, get notifications on for yourself, leave that like on this video, and let's get discussing the craziness that has been the Twitter rumor mill today. I just want to kind of throw some things your way a little bit later on tonight. I'm Tyson Dolynny TV, up on out of here.